Okay, the purple potatoes are now ready. They've been roasting. Okay, the purple potatoes are now ready. They've been roasting for about a half hour. We're going to take them out of the oven.
The aroma
Boy, they smell good.
Yeah.
We're going to keep. Yeah, it very perfumes it. It's kitchen potpourri. So we'll keep that to the side. Now again, this is what the potatoes, after we let them cool down a little bit, I took a little spoon, scooped out the insides, just left a little potato in there so the rest of the garnishes that we layer in will actually be able to hold together. So this is what they look like here. One of the garnishing, we have these great sun-dried tomatoes. Again, you know, I think a lot of times find them in a lot of Italian cuisine. They're so versatile and I love them. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to make sure that these are very soft because we're going to be pureeing them in our food processor.
Okay.
So right behind me I do have a little bit of water starting to boil. I'm going to add my sun-dried tomatoes. Okay, we're going to let these come to a boil again. I'm going to take them off the heat and I'm going to let them steep and get softer.
So how long do you have them at the...
This is probably going to be just about 5 minutes.
Okay.
So now that these came to a boil, we're just going to keep these aside. Okay. We already have a couple here that we already made soft. Okay. So I'm going to add a couple of these sun-dried tomatoes right in that are already soft. And again, we want to make it taste good. Just add a little bit of salt. Again, we can add a little bit of white pepper. Okay, I'm going to turn it on. We're just going to puree this up. Okay.
Chef Michael says that diners eat with their eyes. Using basil, garlic, parsley, chili powder, and salt and pepper, he creates his own fresh herb and chili oils to garnish his plate.
So now we have our two oils, you know, contrasting each other on the plate, not just flavors but colors. It's going to be very striking when we present it. Here we have slabs of bacon.
Okay.
Again, you can find it at any grocery store. We buy an Applewood smoked bacon, which has this great smoky flavor as well. It's fantastic, and it's a very high quality. So again, I've just laid out a couple of bacon on some parchment paper.
Okay.
I preheated my oven.
Okay.
Go ahead.
One of the things that I want to tell the audience is that Chef Mike has been using a lot of herbs, and a lot of different things are being done. It's not that difficult, folks, believe me. If you do it one thing at a time, you'll get it done.
That's a good point. Again, you know, we're trying to use ingredients that you could find every day.
Exactly.
And you know, this is not hard stuff. This is really not. You know, once the bacon is fully cooked, you know, there's nothing like making your own bacon bits. And right here, after the bacon came out nice and crispy,
right,
I just took my knife. I might throw it in a blender or a food processor. I just recommend just taking with your knife, nice and crispy. Okay, we can take all that bacon. We can put it right to the side. We'll save that for the plating. Okay. Now another element of this is garlic. Now, as we talked about, garlic cloves. Okay, what I've done is I have this small pot behind me.
Right.
I added some garlic cloves into it. Okay, and I'm going to roast this garlic in this oil on a very low heat. That's going to be right on the stovetop. You could also do this in the oven as well. In the end result, here we have a couple cloves we did ahead of time. It has a little, see that the color changed?
Very caramelized.
Yep,
yes.
it caramelized. And again, talking about using everything, the oil that's left after roasting the garlic, either the oven or the stovetop, pour that off and use that. You have this great garlic oil. Could be marinades, dressings, could be sauces, it could be the base for sauteing. So
that's definitely the key
keep
in the
that
kitchen.
aside.
Is to get creative and don't throw anything away, and use it for other dishes.
That's the key. I mean, you know, everyone, you know, even myself. I mean, everyone is on a budget when you go out and you buy food for your family or for wherever you're cooking for. Mm-hmm. Use it all. Anything you throw away, you're just throwing money away. If you can't use it, you're not going to get anything for that. Okay. Now, one of the other components to this, which will be more of a garnish, are chives. Now, chives is very close to being in the onion family, and that's where the sour cream onion chives kind of comes along.
It's all blending together.
It's all kind of making sense now.
Yeah.
And what I do is, with my very sharp knife, I'm just going to mince these very small, and this is just going to top and just going to garnish right on top of the skin.
Okay.
So I cut these nice and small. Okay, set that aside. We'll set this aside.
Okay.
Okay. And at this point, we have, which you always want to keep cold, we have American bowfin caviar, or we use American sturgeon caviar. But here we're using, a very good quality, very typical black caviar, and that actually will be the topping at the very end. And again, that's what makes this typical potato skin a lot more elegant.
Okay.
Here at the restaurant, as we're finishing our purple potato skin, you see the potatoes have been cooked, they've been scooped out. Now we're going to go ahead, we're going to lightly crisp them up in the fryer. We're just going to drop them right in. They take just about a minute. Now these come out. So we'll shake out the oil.
Okay.
Just watch, very hot here. We're just going to lay them right out, right onto the cutting board. Face up. Okay? So our first layer here, as we made our sun-dried tomato creme fraiche, okay? We're going to fill a little bit with creme fraiche. Doesn't have to be to the top.
Okay.
Could even be halfway. Okay. Do all three of them. Okay. That's great. Next layer is going to be a piece of our roasted garlic. Now I'm going to put one piece in each. So I'm just going to put it right in the middle.
And this is your own creation, Chef Michael?
This is my own original creation. Yes, it is. Next layer is going to be our great homemade bacon bits here. So we're just going to add just a spoonful. Again, and depending on your preference, if you like a lot of bacon or a little bacon. Okay, just to get in there. Okay. Next we have these great chopped chives. So we're just going to top it with these chives. Okay, that's where the onion flavor is going to kick in with this dish. So again, we have this great layering. Here at the restaurant, we just give a nice
really,
portion.
Upscales it.
Upscales it. We'll just put it right on top. And now we're just going to very lightly drizzle that herb oil around. And you can see the wonderful color in some of the fresh herbs that are there. Same thing with the chili oil. A lot of the chili spice fell out to the bottom. Okay, so we want to go ahead and shake it, point it away. Okay, so we have these great colors now on the plate. Wow. Very bright and vibrant, very contrasting. Now to finish this, we had 3 potatoes come in one order at the restaurant. We also have the ability to add additional potato skins as well. And that's actually a finished plated product.
This stuff tastes good. From Lola's and Harrison Kitchen, this is Jose Zaiter for What's Cooking Hollywood. And until next time, buen appetito.